What's up, y'all? It's Chris.
It's Mar.
And we're back again with another video.
So welcome to our 2022 recap. This is everything that we saw,
Well, key things that stood out to us. We may forget a few things. If we forget anything, let us know down below. But today we're going to touch on top...
the biggest thing that
happened in 2022, such as TikTok challenges, the best rap songs, the best R&B songs, best movies, TV shows,
best albums, best fashion looks,
awards,
sneakers, awards.
Donkey. We're gonna have I was gonna say Donkey of the Year, but we're gonna have a few people we just like. You know, not to bash anybody, but it's just like, all right, in 2023, we don't need you bringing this energy.
Right, don't do that.
We need you to, like, step it up.
Yeah.
Period.
Level up.
Excellence. That's what we want to see from everybody.
Right.
No, we got to leave this foolery in 2022, okay? We're not, like I said, we're not here to bash nobody. Mm-hmm. These are just our opinions. Let us know yours down below. Right. But yeah, let's get into it.
So, we're going to start off with the music section. So, pretty much we can't touch on every single song or album that dropped in 2022. So, like Chris said, we're just going to touch on the ones that we know or the ones that were, like, popular. I guess to, like, kick it off, like, what was your favorite song of 2022?
My favorite song? Wait.
Well, I could tell y'all a few because sis, when a song gets to her head, she sings it in the house every day. So...
yeah, I'm one of those people. I will drag the song until no return.
Like, I could tell y'all, I mean, even though the song technically came out in 2021, Mooney Long's Hours and Hours, like, she sang it every day in my head. And I was like, that's the only way I found out about the song. From her and TikTok. Like, if it wasn't for those two, I wouldn't know the song. But like, the song already became popular.
It has to get an honorable mention. Okay, ladies. And the fellas, too, don't even try it. Don't try it. Because you was definitely singing it sometime. Whatever. He could play like he want. It's a song that, listen, it's a vibe. It's just a good song.
Say that.
And then on top of that, it's TikTok's fault. It's TikTok's fault. Because every 5 seconds, somebody had it on their video and they still play it to this day. So...
I can see that. I can agree to that.
That's my girl. I like that song.
I'm not gonna lie. Another song that I think she would choose, and it blew up on TikTok too. It was "Mind Your Business" by Lakia.
Mind your business. Attitude on. Pay me.
Pretty much any
money,
women empowerment songs, she's like, that's her thing. Like Lotto is giving.
It's giving, bitch.
Like all women empowerment, like get your bag, sis.
Period. Get to the bag. I'm here for all women, all colors, all flavors. Period.
All right. So, what would be your favorite?
That's hard because it just depends on the moment. Honestly, y'all, it depends on the moment. Are you talking about in terms of just music in general, or just like a certain category?
I guess music in general. Well, to make it easier, let's do a category. So, like R&B.
I don't know this artist. Well, right now, I'm sorry. I listen to a lot of old school like R&B music. A lot of the new R&B music, to me, I don't technically classify it as R&B music because to me it sounds more like pop music. If I had to say somebody who is R&B right now, I guess for whatever it's called today, I would say Summer Walker, Ari Lennox, Kiana.
All of which dropped the album this year.
Kiana Lede. And who dropped a new album? Beyonce dropped a new album. I know technically she's an R&B artist, but honestly, her album gave me pop. It gave me pop.
Pop and dance.
Pop, dance music. That's exactly what it gave. I mean, but if that's what we have to consider her, I guess, that was good. Because, Cuff It is my song.
Oh, my God. Okay, outside of Hours and Hours, that was like, it was so weird because she was playing Beyonce's album. Like, Church Girl, Cuff It, Thick, what else?
We can do tonight.
I'm not gonna lie though, I was never like a big Beyonce listener, but that album was good though.
Let me not lie.
The album was great.
When it first came out, y'all, the internet was in a frenzy. I know we were all like, hold up, wait a minute. Because I think it came out in July. Because it's supposed to be, the Renaissance is supposed to be broken up. I think it's a 4 or 3 parts or whatever. This is just act 1. And I heard, quote unquote, I'm not sure if this is true. If anybody know, comment down below. But apparently the next act is one of the acts is supposed to be a joint album between her and Jay-Z. I don't know how true that is. It's just something I saw on TikTok.
Hope you fire.
You know, TikTok is hit or miss, you know, because sometimes the girlies be leading us in the wrong direction.
That's a fact.
Like, they be leading us in the wrong direction. I don't know how true it is. But on her album, I like Cuff It. I like Thick. Virgo's Groove, period.
Because she's a Virgo.
If you know, you know. What else? Cuff It, Virgo's
Church
Groove,
Girl.
Church Girl. I like Thick. But if you like Thick, comment down below. If you didn't, let me know. Because at first when I heard her album, I wasn't feeling it. I was kind of annoyed because, you know, Drake had dropped the album, like a dance pop album as well. And when I first heard it, I was like, what is this? I'm not understanding. And it sounded like so similar to Beyonce. So that's why when I heard it, it just wasn't giving the vibe that I was going for. And then, you know, after when you hear it a few times, it's just like, okay, I see what they're trying to do here. Yeah. And I know everybody's geared towards making TikTok trendy music right now. Yeah. So that's the vibe that it's kind of giving me. And it kind of bothers me in a way because it's like, I want everybody to go back to that old school R&B music. But, I mean, hey, it's here. All you could do is get with it. You know, whatever. It is what it is.
Pretty much, we also got Chris Brown. He dropped his album. A lot of people was kind of iffy about because of his last project, dropping like 40 songs. I actually listened to it and I thought it was pretty good. Like, I was honestly surprised. He still put like hip hop tracks, which is like, he's an R&B artist, so it was different. But I would give it like an 8 out of 10. It was a pretty good project.
I'm gonna be honest, his last project I didn't listen to yet because, like he said, I used to be a diehard Chris Brown fan. Nothing against him. I think he's very talented. He's very creative and all those great things. But his music, for most of I know with some artists, like, they just stick to a certain type of sound. And I feel like for me, all his music kind of sounds the same. I feel like that's why I kind of just, like, haven't really been drawn to his music as of late. It's one song that he plays that I like. I don't know the name of it. On a new album?
Probably Warm Embrace.
Yeah, Warm Embrace so far on his new album I like. If I heard another song on the album, I wasn't sure if it was him. Is he the one being like, fucking Robitussin?
No, I don't know. That's his last project, but it's like, it's been blowing up.
Oh, okay.
Now, so.
Because at first when I heard it, I'm like, is this Rihanna?
Well, I think Rihanna like sang over it.
Oh.
She's doing like a cover.
Okay. Get it? And that's a popular TikTok trend that's going on too in 2022. Insert you know a clip so you can see the little trend that's going along with that song.
Well, Rihanna, it's been years and she finally dropped a song.
A song. Don't get hype.
That was a good movie, by the way.
Yeah, we saw that movie twice. Saw it twice. We're not gonna talk about that. I kind of took a nap during the first viewing. Okay, sorry, guys. I was tired. I was tired.
But yeah, Rihanna dropped it. It was cool. It was like a kind of a tribute to Chadwick Boseman.
It was cool, but I feel like the way social media like reacted to the song, like it didn't move me like how everybody else was making it seem like it moved. I'm not saying it didn't. It could have moved other people. It just didn't move me. It was cool, but it was like, sis, I'm not gonna let you give me hype. And you're not gonna follow through with the album. You're not gonna play with me like that no more. In 2023, we're not doing that with Rihanna no more. She's not playing with me no more. But you know, she's slowly but surely stepping her foot back in. You know, sis done had a baby. She dropped a baby on us.
Yeah. So we give her a little grace for that.
Yeah, baby Rocky. Well, I don't know what his name is, but she done dropped a little baby off on us. So you know, we gotta give her some grace. You know. But it looks like she's doing a Super Bowl in 2023. That's what we have to look forward to, guys.
That too.
Her Fenty is without a doubt amazing. They just had another I think fashion show or something like that. You're not gonna play with me in 2023. I can't give up my energy in that right now.
That's a fact.
We're excited to see what she does moving forward. And congratulations to her and her new bundle of joy. All blessings.
I actually want to do Ice Spice.
You thought I was feeling you? That nigga.
Y'all, I'm sorry. I never know the words to nothing, but it's cool.
That blew up on TikTok as well.
You thought I was feeling you?
Even though she's alright. Like she could rap a little bit, but I think outside of that song, it was kind of like a one hit.
Honestly, I never really heard anything else from her, or really maybe she has other stuff, but I haven't paid attention. But I know from a few clips from some like performances like over the summer, like they gotta do better with her team. Like I feel like they kind of just threw her in to like performing, and then like social media was going so hard over her like performances, and you gotta understand she's a new artist. I'm pretty sure she barely had any artist development. Like, give her some grace, y'all, and her team do better.
I agree.
Do better. It's not that many chances you get to make a first impression, especially with how social media works so rapidly. It's like you really got to be careful, and you got to come correct, you know, when you stepping out there, especially I feel like as an artist. So, you know, give her some grace. Let her do her thing and find her way, or whatever it is it may be. Yeah.
Speaking of female rappers, I gotta give a big shout out to Glorilla.
Yes, let's go. Let's go. That's my girl. I like her raspy voice. She got that aggression. I like that. Like she just be doing her own thing. Like I like that.
And she kind of blew up pretty recently.
She did, like, because she said she recorded that song in April.
Yeah, I believe her though.
Recorded it and then dropped it in April, and like look at her now. She's nominated for a Grammy. Yeah, literally, y'all. She recorded it and put it out. I think somewhere between April and May, and we're in at the end of the year, December, and literally, sis is nominated for a Grammy. Like that's amazing. But yeah, that's really amazing. So you know, of course, FNF is a hit. Tomorrow Too is a hit. Her new album just dropped. If you haven't listened, please go listen. I think it's pretty good. Yep. We're all rooting for her. I think she had a great start. I hope she keep it going. I see a lot of potential. She just, you know, hopefully she got a good team behind her. You know, just ignore the drama like we say. I think we're gonna get some good more like. I think like we could be expecting some more music from her, like some good music from her, because I don't know. I just like her vibe so far.
I do too.
So far, I like her vibe. Like I love her voice, like that raspiness and all of that. Cause it's like she's not really trying to be dainty and girl. Like you know, she's like
she being herself.
She's like
I'm from the hood, like
literally, and I love and I didn't know her name was Hallelujah for real. It was a meme that I saw. If I find the meme, we're gonna insert it in here, and I'm like Hallelujah. And then at first I thought it was just Glorilla. I didn't realize her name was Gloria for mad long. I was just
Gloria Hallelujah.
Yes, Gloria Hallelujah. Y'all, did y'all know that? Like.
I didn't know.
I didn't know that either. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I sound mad slow. When I realized, I was like, oh, her name is Gloria Glorilla. Makes sense. I was like, ooh, I like that she did that.
I thought it came from like gorilla or something, but I don't know.
Glorilla. And it's like I said, it's not even cute. Because you know, most of everybody out now is like something cute, something sad. It's just like Glorilla. Like, oh, okay. She want to sit with the big dogs. Okay. I don't know, but I'm feeling her. That's my song. Like, that's why oh yeah. Yeah, but that's not her part. But you know, you get it.
I hear that every day too.
Huh?
I hear that part every day.
Y'all get it. If you like that song, comment down below. If you don't, still comment down below and tell me why.
I guess Quavo and Takeoff. This was like their first project.
Who the fuck them road boys with? Get out my section.
Their first project without Offset or like the Migos.
Y'all, we're trying to find. I'm sorry. We tried to create a structure of the categories to go into throughout the video. Just a little sidebar, but as you can see, when we talk about certain things, it coincides with a specific person. So if we get off on a tangent, understand we're going to talk about whatever we need to say about those people and keep it moving. One of our saddest moments of the year so far in 2022 was the untimely death of Takeoff. Rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace. He was going way too soon. He was very talented. Prayers go out to the Migos. Prayers go out to the family. Quavo, all of them, because that really, I don't know, I feel like that hit everybody different. It was just
because it literally was like, okay, everybody celebrating Halloween, you go to sleep
in a matter of hours,
and you wake up and it's like Takeoff dead.
Like, yo, you know what's so crazy, y'all? Because y'all know, if you've been following, and if you haven't, please go back to and watch all our previous videos. But we recently relocated to Dallas, Texas, and then when we realized when he passed away in Texas, we was like, wow, like that's really crazy. It was just a sad situation, that could have been avoided, but God's timing, and hopefully he's at peace now, and just know that his music is gonna live on forever. And he actually did really good with his new album that him and Quavo came off. I feel like it highlighted him in good ways, in a different light. And I really feel like for his career personally, like I feel like it already did amazing things, but I feel like he was about to go way, further,
like,
just on his own, per se, because I feel like out of the group, like, I would say
he's the best rapper.
Yeah, he was the best rapper out the group, and hearing, like, the stories about how he was the reason why he got Quavo to rap and how he helped develop that sound that took place. And then going back to when I started Del State, because for those of you who don't know, I graduated from the Delaware State University. Like, that's like our freshman year. Like, my whole college experience was pretty much like off like their music. Like, ask anybody back from. Okay, anywho. But, yeah, we ain't gonna put dates in, but like. That was, like, our college experience, like, the Migos and all of that. So it's just so crazy because it was like, wow, like, it's kind of like, when you feel like you grow up with somebody?
Yeah.
That's the feeling they get. It's just like, wow, like, that's crazy. Like, you know how you go to school with somebody in school and you hear, like, something happen? You're like, oh, my God, like, wow, I grew up with him. Like, are you serious? Like,
yeah.
And it's so crazy. And I'm like, he was so young. Like, no parent should have to, bury their own child or... It's just, I don't know. It's just a sad situation. And, of course, we all hope they could have went a different way, but just learn how to give. I feel like I don't know. It's just I'm rambling, but it was just a sad. I don't know. It was just a sad situation, y'all. But his music, that new album was pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed.
Take Off. I'm not mad about no who me. Okay, I don't know. I never know the words, y'all. I'm sorry. Forgive me. So the next person up we have is Lotto, Big Lotto. I don't know. I kind of like her. Well, no, I'm not gonna say kind of. I do like Lotto. I feel like she's came a long way. I watched her when she first came on the scene, and Rap Game with Jermaine Dupri, and she won, but she didn't sign with him because the bag was not right. But anywho, yeah, I remember her from when she first came on the scene with Rap Game. I think she was 16 years old at the time, and seeing how far she came, I'm actually definitely proud of her. She's came a long way. She got her first she got her first award, and it was at the BET Awards in June, which was pretty dope because her first award came from like a black platform, which is pretty amazing because I know most people, the Grammys is a big thing and other, situations, the Billboard Awards or whatever the case may be, but the fact that her first award came from pretty much like a black platform, I thought that was pretty cool. And you could see like from her reaction, like she, her heart is into what she's doing. I'm happy to see, more from Lotto. Lotto, is you with 21? Can you confirm that? Cause she has a man, but she never she doesn't want to put her relationship out in public, because she feels like certain things should be private. But like certain signs, like, is it 21? Sis, tell me.
21 Savage?
Yes. You're mad late. Anywho, y'all think she was 21? Y'all think 21 her man? Let me know in the comments, because I've been trying to figure it out for a while, because I'm like, certain things that she do and the numbers. I think she had a party and it was like 777. No, it wasn't. Let me think.
No, that's her album, 777.
That's her album?
Yeah. Maybe it's her listening party.
Was it? I don't know. But it's certain signs, certain things. I'm just like, is your man really 21?
I mean, if it is, like, hey.
I want to know. I know, but it's just like, if you are something, I'm happy, you happy, I'm happy. But I'm looking forward to 2023 and what you're going to be doing. And also, Lotto is nominated for a Grammy. Congrats. I think it's for Big Energy.
Yeah. It's
for Big Energy. And also, another unpopular song from this year is Giving. It's giving bad. It's giving. Don't do that, because you was singing the song too. What was you? Yeah. Oh my God, y'all.
No, I was not.
You was never saying none of the song. It's giving. No.
First of all, I hate the phrase "it's giving." So
okay, whatever. But anyway, girl, your song it gave. I don't know. I kind of feel bad for her because I don't know if those of you who do know or don't know, but when the nominations came out, it was a thing with her and Nicki Minaj going back and forth because Nicki Minaj didn't feel like her song deserved to be in the pop category. So therefore, she referenced Lotto's song and said if her song is pop, then hers should be as well. I just feel like, I'm not saying Nicki Minaj was wrong for saying what she was saying, because I understand why she said it, but it's kind of, and it seemed like too, it's like, don't take away something from somebody else based on your specific situation. I don't know. It's just a weird. I feel like it's just a weird.
I mean,
I got what she was saying.
Nicki wasn't wrong for what she said. It's just the way she went about it was like, maybe that's the wrong. That's the wrong way to do it. So.
Yeah, and you know the crazy part is because it's like the way she went about it, and I understand. Like, I feel like some of Nicki's older music, like when she first came out, those were probably more Grammy worthy than what she has recently put out. And then I feel like all that, I understand, like, of course, speak up for yourself, advocate for yourself, I get it, but I feel like it's a way in how you do it as well, because I guess they were considering, like, nominating her in whatever category she was going into, and now, look, she's not nominated at all, and I feel like because of all that backlash in the media, that probably took away from it, too. But honestly, me personally, I feel like, as an artist, yeah, okay, I understand that's what people aim towards or whatever the case may be, but a lot of times it's just like, for me personally, I just feel like compared to how the Grammys, I feel like used to be looked at versus to like, especially now in 2022, because all the controversy and like, it's a lot of people who definitely should have been nominated or definitely should have won awards and they didn't. That's why it's like, I personally don't really hold the Grammys to like such a high regard, because it's kind of like, it is what it is, because I feel like a lot of people who deserve it get snubbed all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Every year.
So it's just like, it's kind of like, like I said, it's a situation that is what it is. If you get one, that's great. You know, it's still a big accomplishment, but does it hold that much weight? Let's talk about it. It really don't hold that much weight as it once used to, you know?
Yeah.
So Nicki Minaj, like, she's very talented. She had her career did pretty well in any case, but at the end of the day, you know the kind of artist you are. I understand, of course, you want that recognition, but at this point, I don't know. To me, it's kind of like it is what it is. Like, yeah, it's wrong with how they do things, because I do agree, like, big energy is definitely, to me, is more of a, it should have been in the pop genre.
I agree to it. It's not really.
Yeah, it's just the way you go about things, you know? That's why you have to be mindful now, especially with cancel culture nowadays. It's like you really have to be, it's sad that way you got to pick and choose and really like dissect everything before saying anything, reacting to stuff, you know.
Yeah,
unfortunately, it's like, this is a time you just have to learn how to pivot and move forward. But you know what? At the end of the day, they're both talented. Nicki Minaj, you're a vet in this. Lotto, she's new in this industry. So at the end of the day, everybody needs to know how to give each other their flowers, and it is what it is. Like, because you don't remember that whole feud they had going back and forth?
Yeah, on Twitter. And
it got so ridiculous. Like, it was talking about ages and how, you know, people looking old, and it's like, what does that have to do with the music? What does that have to do with anything right now? Everything I'm saying is relevant. Like,
it just went too far.
It went entirely too far. But anywho, you know, shout outs to both of them. It is what it is. Good luck to Lotto on the nomination. And yeah, continue to push forward and drop that heat. Also, y'all, on TikTok, okay, maybe this is just me, but I enjoy Lotto and her best friend's crumble cookie reviews. Like, she's the reason why I went between TikTok and her. She's the reason why we went. Well, he don't know, but he's like the reason why I wanted to go to Crumble. I forgot what. Anywho, because I wasn't never like a Crumble person or like whatever before, but she was the reason I tried Crumble. Because like her and her best friend reviews is like so entertaining to me. If you've never seen her Crumble reviews, go on her TikTok and watch it. And then watch. You're going to be going to Crumble. Let me know down below. Have you been to Crumble? Is it because you seen Lotto on TikTok? What was your favorite cookie?
Future dropped the song. Well, he dropped the album, but a popular song that he dropped is Wait For You with Drake and Thames.
Wait for you.
I feel like it was one of those songs that, like, it was a great song.
That's the one that be
yeah.
Oh.
It was a great song, but like, just like any song that's like really, really popular, radio like overplays it to the point where it's just like, alright, I'm tired of it.
It's like one of those songs they just have in rotation and you're gonna hear it every 5 seconds.
Like, it's a great song. I can still listen to it to this day, but like not to where it once was. So, but I think it was a great song, and TikTok like blew it up. People still use it on TikTok to this day. Yeah. So, great song by Future. Even though we'll get to Future in another section, but yeah, great song by Future. I didn't listen to this album though. Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't listened to a Future album. The only way I really hear Future's music, if I hear a song or whatever and it sounds good, or on TikTok or whatever the case may be, and it's like, oh, if I hear it, it's like, it's cool. But I'm not a person to go like running to hear Future album when it drops. No shade. It's just, it is what it is.
I actually wanted to go to WizKid. I would argue that's album of the year. I listened to the album twice.
You did?
Yeah.
I only listened to certain songs. I didn't listen to the whole thing yet.
It's a really good album. I would argue album of the year. I don't think it's album of the year, but for 2022, I think it's definitely in the conversation of like, that's a replayable album.
I want to go to one of his concerts because every time I see people go to his concerts, they say it's like so good. Like he really puts on a good performance. I want to go so bad, like real bad. And Usher's as well. I want to go to his residency in Vegas. If any of you guys have went, please let me know how it was. Like, is it worth it? I keep seeing everybody going and they're saying it's really good. Yeah, I think it ends in July of 2023, y'all. So if y'all ain't go yet and y'all want to go, let's go. Let me know down below.
Pull up to Vegas. Let's see. Another artist. I guess we could do the City Girls. They didn't drop a lot of music this year though.
They didn't.
They dropped a song with Usher, which I thought was like it was a good song. It was kind of one of those like, if you out partying or you're like at a skating
challenge that they had to go with it. It was cute. It was like TikTok worthy, I would say. I like the creative behind the idea. If you've seen it, we'll throw in a clip right here. The little part with Carisha, JT, and Usher, you know, a little dance stuff. Don't stop, get it. We just some city, and they were like, they was on tour. Carisha came out with Carisha Please this year, which was pretty. I like the idea. I think she should continue doing that. You know, I would like to see more from JT, but JT kind of explained that on their episode of you know, with her and Saucy Santana, on her, you know, being more reserved and different things like that. But Carisha Please, I enjoyed it because it's like, you know, she's pretty much, I don't know. I just like the concept. Shout out to Diddy for putting Sis on, you know. All right. That's probably how you know, it helped her get the podcast. I'm just saying, like, you know, sis is doing what she got to do. She getting something from it, I guess. But yeah, let's talk about it, y'all. How do y'all feel about Diddy and how y'all feel about Carisha, Young Miami, and Diddy, Love, Sean Combs?
They broke up, right?
Puff. No, they still dealing with each other.
Well, I personally think it's weird.
They go together real bad.
I personally think they're not weird as a couple. It's just more like Diddy is known to like not really be invested or committed in a relationship so far.
No, it's not even that. He's there, but he's there with him and whoever else he's with, you know.
Yeah. But for me, it's just like, because I think one episode we listened to Carisha where she was talking. I think it was the episode with JT where she was like how she's tired of dealing with men that like don't really care for her, or like she wants somebody to settle down with, and then just like to go from that to Diddy is like, Diddy would be the last person I would expect for her to like, you know, really be with, unless it's
but
kind
then
of like,
she said she don't care about getting married, so
yeah, I can see that too. Maybe this is kind of like, oh, like I'm just doing this for fun.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's fun, but you could tell she cares a lot about him, I would say. It's hard for me to say how much Diddy cares about her, to be honest. It's really hard to tell. But it, you know, clearly they have some type of understanding, because I guess if he's with her on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you know, she understands that he might be with somebody else on Saturday and Sunday. You know, I mean, that's the dynamic of their relationship. And I guess if it works, you know, for them, I guess, you know, I kind of wish that wasn't her situation. Like, I kind of hate that for her. But, I mean, at the end of the day, she's grown, and this is what she's deciding to do. I mean, you know, kudos to her. I hope she's, you know, truly happy if he's making her happy. I always say this to you. I think Carisha, I think she is so pretty. Like, I don't know. But, like, that's, like, one of my, like, celebrity crushes. Like, I think she is so pretty. But it's, like, sometimes, okay, like, oh, my God. Okay, can we insert a clip of, okay, I'm pretty sure everybody saw it. I think, was it at the BET Awards when he was getting honored? And she had the Go Poppy sign. Yeah. To me, in that moment, it was like cringe. It was so cringe. I was just like, no, Carisha, no. And then when I saw JT like did the little tap, like in my head, I'm like, oh, JT, please stop her, because it was stressing me real bad. Like I was just like, ooh, Lord. It was just like a cringe moment. Like, even
though like he mentioned all the other women he dealt with.
Yes, like he mentioned everybody else, like, oh, Kim and what's her name?
Cassie
and all of this, his mother, his kids, his teacher, all these people. And sis is in the front with the sign, like, you know, she had the sign up, go, she right there, just
mention her, like, a little bit.
Like, a quick mention, 2 seconds. I was just, it was too much for me. It was too much. I couldn't handle it. I was just like, I don't want this for you, but if this is what you choosing, oh Lord, you know, it's just like, I don't know, but like I said, if you're happy, sis, I'm happy for you. But that moment, it was cringe, and then it was just like people was like, that was people's Halloween costume, like,
it's not a good look.
To me, it wasn't a good look. And then, you know, at his birthday party when she was there recently, I think the day after, he was like on a yacht or something like that with 50 Cent's baby mother Daphne, I think. And she's like my favorite person. I'm like, okay, they could be friends or whatever, but then, you know, knowing Love, Diddy, Puff, Sean Combs, it's just like, is that your friend or is that your friend?
Oh, man. All right, y'all. Moving on to the TV movie section, the big screen. We got a few things on the list. Definitely, I think the biggest TV talk of the year has to be Love is Blind.
Oh.
Just because, like, all right, y'all know season 1 was probably the best time just because, like, it was a new experiment. Nobody knew what was going on, so everybody was coming in, like, genuine. Whereas this season was, like, very much talked about.
Yeah.
Like, it's I'm not gonna lie, season 3 is one of the most memorable seasons because of how bad it was.
Yeah.
Literally every couple has issues.
And it's crazy because it was in Dallas. It was like,
which we live in. But the only couple that was like, okay, like we'd be cool with it is Alexa or Alexis.
I think her name is Alexis, I believe.
Alexis and Brennan. I think they were the only couple that I was like, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have no arguments. Like it just works.
Yes, and we need to clap it up for Brennan's new look. Well, let's clap his glow up. Clap it up for Brennan because, you know, Alexis got him together real quick. I'm just saying.
Now he fine now.
I didn't say he's fine. I just like how, you know.
Nah, because earlier today she was like, you know, Brennan, he, Before I don't know, but now he,
No, but like I'm just saying, like he really, you know, he had a glow up. Like I like his outfits. I like, you know, he looks like he looked like a man. Like he looks like a grown man. Like the way his outfits come together and their little photo ops they've been doing. Like okay, Brennan, cause like yeah, when he first like seeing the first and how he look now, it's like okay, I see you.
I'm trying to get there too. Like I gotta get my.
Yeah, Love is Blind season 3. No, we got was it season 3 and season 2? No, it was 2 this year.
Oh, we got season 2 early.
Ayana
like, early
season
this
2.
year. I was like in March.
Oh snap, y'all, we got 2.
Wow.
Yeah, how we forget that? Sorry, y'all. We got 2 Love is Blind. We got season 2 and season 3. It's so much to say. If we being honest though, to say.
Like season 2 was like. It had its moments, but to me, it was kind of like I could forget it. Like, that's probably the reason why I forgot it. Because, like, season 2, outside of Jared being, like, immature and not
First of all, I'm sorry, but Ayana should have never married him. Let's be honest. Ayana should have never married him.
I'm not going to go that far.
Sorry, Ayana should have never married him. Second option to who? To who? Nobody. Never.
She didn't know that, though, until after. And on top of that, like...
She knew, because remember, everybody's going back.
But
they all
the thing,
going
like,
back into their little office.
He liked both of them, though. He liked Mallory and her.
He wanted Mallory. Yes, he liked both of them, but he wanted Mallory. Even after, when they first met up, he wanted Mallory. He was still on Mallory. That was his typical type. Okay. He wanted Mallory.
That's why I'm like, okay, like, further down the line, okay, yes, she shouldn't have married him. But in the beginning, I don't...
No, I'm sorry.
I didn't find anything wrong, but, like...
That should have never happened. I don't even know where Sal came from. Sal was trying to get a record deal. Let's talk about it. He would, every 5 seconds he was singing.
I didn't mind him singing.
I didn't want to hear it.
I was just upset at the fact that like he did all of that just to say no at the altar. Like,
yeah, it's like you serenading this girl every 5 seconds.
You didn't want her, like,
and you knew that he knew that he did not want to marry her. He was uncomfortable between Mallory and Jared's whole situation and the conversations and all of that. He was uncomfortable. He didn't like it. And the fact I think Mallory's mother wasn't there. It was her sister who showed up for her. Yeah. And then his sisters and all of that. That was just a disaster. Let's just say that. Deep D and what's his name?
Shake.
And Shake, that
Terrible.
That was a mess. And how Shake was like, yes, he was very.
Shake was garbage.
He was garbage. Like he was. Yes, okay. He wants to say he's honest. He's honest. I get he was honest, but
he did it so harshly.
He did the way he was and how he talked about her in some of those moments. It was like very cringe. It was just like, okay, we get it. You're trying to be honest. I understand all of that. But the whole point of going on the show is called Love is Blind. At the end of the day, you signed up to potentially marry somebody from you never seen from behind a wall. Mm-hmm. You signed up to marry just anybody. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the fact that you get in front of the person, I understand physical attraction, but it's like, this is what you signed up for. Right. If you knew you couldn't get past the looks part, why did you sign up for a show like this? That doesn't make sense to me. And he just kept saying, like, she reminds me of my aunt and this and that. It's just like, come on. Stop it. Like, please. Like, that whole situation was a mess. And Deep D coming out with a book. I like Deep D. I thought she was very cool. I think she's a great woman. I think she's a great catch. I think she'll find somebody one day. But I think it was a bit unnecessary to come out with a book. It's just like, girl, like a money grab, we understand you trying to
get to the bag.
But come out with a clothing line. Come out with some makeup, lotion, something.
Yeah, like you got a platform now.
Yeah, like you coming out with this book about
YouTube channel
how you saved yourself or whatever it was. Like
that was like unnecessary.
It was just like, please, I
guess.
And like I said, I really like Deep D, but I think that was a bit much coming out with the book. Ayana as a person, I think she was cute, quirky, and everything else. But her and Jared, it was just like, first of all, Jared, like, grow up. You like almost 40 years old, trying to still be out on the scene in the club and everything else. It was just like, it was so crazy because it's like the conversations they had like with his father and his stepmother and being ready for marriage and this and that, and with her adoptive parents. It was just, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like men, they're gonna change for who they want to change for, and Ayana just wasn't that girl. Like, yes, they cared for each other. Yes, he had love for her, but he wasn't in love with her, and he did not want to be married to her.
I agree.
I just feel like at the end of the day, he wanted to be married. He wanted to go along with the process, so he just was like, okay, hey, let me go. Mallory said no, so let me just go with Ayana. It just wasn't what it was. I wish the situation could have went differently for her. But, I'm pretty sure she gained a lot from that experience and everything else and learned a lot about herself. Yeah. Hopefully, Jared does some growing up and, before he feels like he's in that place, to be married again or whatever the case may be. Danielle and what's his name, Nick, that was a disaster waiting to happen too. And it's so crazy because like Ayana and Jared divorce, Danielle and Nick divorce.
That's what I was saying with season 2. It's like, okay, at least season 1 and season 3, you got a couple that is together. Season 2, literally everybody broke up. Yeah. Like no one in season 2 together.
It kind of like, cause you know how season 1 started off, and you see Lauren and you see Cam, and they give you hope, and it's like, wow, okay, like, love Cam. This really worked. Love could be blonde, or even Barnett and Amber, yeah. They're still married. People don't really talk about them because people never really like Amber, but it's just like for whatever reason it worked for them. And for other people, it's a lot of people on Love is Blonde who get together, get married, and I guess Love is Blonde, they pick and choose who they want to follow and what couples or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. But it's just like Lauren and Cam just gave everybody a hope, like, okay, love it, it could really be blonde, it could really work, and this and that. But it's just like when you're doing a process like this, you have to have an open mind, and when you're in these the pods and everything else, you have to ask every and any question under the sun. Mm-hmm. Like, and Netflix frustrates me with that, or Love is Blonde or whoever, I don't know who to blame, but it's just like they only give you like little glimpses and pieces. Mm-hmm. That's why I feel like with season 3, to me, if you watch season 1, I feel like we got a little bit more. We could really see the connection forming. Season 3, it felt like it was just all over the place. I feel like by the end of the first episode, damn near everybody was paired up and literally was about to get engaged, and I'm like, wait, hold on, what's going on?
Yeah, but to that point, I feel like that's the reason why like the show might like start falling, because like in season 1, literally nobody knew about the experiment.
Yeah.
Whereas like now you're probably getting people that's like, oh, I just want to be on the show to be on the show. So they're not really being genuine. So then, like, oh, you like your favorite color is red. Oh, you like sneakers too. Oh, you want to marry me? It's like, but you're not really asking. But and then
editing, I know a lot of things have to do with editing as well. But I just feel like the good pieces that we need in order to like connect everything, it was like, to me, was missing with season 3, because a lot of people who was in the pods and like they ended up with each other, I'm like, how did this become a thing?
Like for example, the reunion when Zanab and Cole was like going back and forth, and Zanab was like, oh yeah, the night before the wedding you told me that you kissed the girl, but we never got that footage. That's why it's like, okay, how do we know if she's lying? How do we know if he's telling the truth? Like,
and we
really
understand
don't
at the end of the day,
know.
they have
Like,
a TV show to put on, so it's going to be a lot of things that we miss out on. But it's frustrating as well because I feel like the way they film it or however they decide to put it out is sometimes it's misleading because, like, for instance, with SK and Raven, it's like, okay, they talked a few times, but it was just like, when did this deep connection like really come together to where Raven was just like, yes, I want to marry him? I was just like, what? Because I know it was her and Bartiz, but you know, she did her whole little jumping jack thing and working out her Pilates when he was trying to, you know, pour his heart out, you know, be vulnerable and all of that, and that was the end of that situation. And then the next minute it was SK. It was just like, where, like, when did this happen? Where did this come from? It was like really like question mark, like, huh? Like, what? Colleen, what's his name? Matt was her third choice. I feel like at that point, Colleen was just looking for anybody. Let's be honest, because it was just like, where did this come from?
I kind of get.
And then she's gonna be like, I knew it was always him. I knew. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Because you thought it was Bartiz. And what was the other guy who she thought it was? Cole. So it was just like, I guess. And Matt cringe. Like, I'm honestly, hopefully it works out for them. But
I think he's a good guy. He's
been through a lot.
He's been very hurt from his last relationship.
And he hasn't really dealt with that hurt.
So it's like, now he comes off as abusive because it's like, he can't trust Colleen. Like, as soon as he does something so small,
he
it's
like blows up and he's ready to leave.
It makes it that big.
And then his friends pretty much confirm, like, this is a pattern of his. If something go off or whatever happened, he takes off, he leaves, and that's just what he does. And to me, that's like red flag. Who?
Because he's expecting what happened in his last relationship to happen every time.
Yeah, because his wife had cheated on him and got pregnant.
Yeah, so it's like, you have to take some time for yourself to, like, let it go, forgive, and move on. Yeah. But I don't think he's done that. Because he said that happened like 10 years ago. But he probably just, like, tried to forget it and just move on. But it's like, you can't do that. So.
And honestly, the way he was talking, like, on the morning of their wedding and to his friends, he was, like, really like, oh, I don't know. And he was just saying, like, he didn't think he was ready. That's why I was truly surprised at the also that he said yes. Because I feel like if Colleen didn't say yes, he would have said no. I think he just went with whatever way she was going. Because it really didn't seem like he was going to say yes, to be honest. And honestly,
on top of that, I've noticed a pattern too, like, with the show, they always try to end with, like, at least two couples getting married. So, like, in the first season, it was Amber Barnett and Lauren and Cameron. Season 2 was Ayana and Jared and Nick and Vanessa, I think. No. Danielle. And then now season 3, it's Matt and Colleen and Alexis and Brennan. That's why I'm like, I think that was the only reason, because I'm pretty sure the producers wanted SK and Raven to get married, but then when SK said no, which shocked everybody.
Yeah, like, and what a lot of people don't know is season 2 and season 3 was kind of like filmed back to back. Yeah. So, because with everything coming out, they were saying Zeneb is trying to be like another Deepti and all of that, but Deepti, Matt, like her and Deepti, who she?
Kyle.
No, the guy she was with on the show.
Shake.
Yeah. Deepti and Shake wedding was a week before Zeneb's and Cole's wedding, which a lot of people don't know. Their weddings was back to back, so a lot of people was like, she didn't know like whatever their experience was or whatever was going on. Yeah. But a lot of people trying to say like she's trying to be Deepti and like how she's trying to paint, you know, Cole out to be the bad guy and everything else. I don't know. I don't feel like she's trying to be Deepti. I don't. I just feel like she was
a lot. She has a lot that she's going.
Yeah, she came into. I feel like she went to Love and Blind with a lot of insecurities already, and then with certain comments that Cole was making, just like added on to it, and then the intensity and the stress of the situation in a short time span of getting to know somebody and seeing if you you want to be with the person for the rest of your life. I feel like it was just a combination of a lot of different things.
You know what though? The more I thought about it, I understand Zenab had a lot of insecurities, but let's be honest, that's most people. Yeah. And on top of that, like, if you know she has insecurities, you shouldn't say slick comments that you know is gonna like blow up. Like, don't in the middle of an argument ask a girl she's bipolar. I felt like that's mad. That
was very unnecessary.
Like, you gonna ask somebody if they bipolar? Yeah. Like I would never ask Crystal if she's bipolar. I feel like that's like a slap in the face. Like,
yeah. Like, I don't think Cole is a bad person, but some of the things some of his comments, and he's clearly he was immature as well. Yeah. He had certain points that like
I feel like he learned a lot from this relationship. Yeah. Like, you could tell he probably matured more.
Yeah. But you could tell it really got to him, and I'm pretty sure he learned a lot. But then it also makes you question, because it's like when you see like the cutie scene played back at the reunion, and then certain things, it does make you question certain things. And I just want to know too, as far as like with the whole Bachelorette thing, because Brandon, I think it was on TikTok to where he said like they did go to multiple bars and stuff like that. So that situation could have possibly happened. I think they will never know, but it does make you question some of the stuff that Zanab said, or maybe the way like she took certain things. But like when a person is already guarded and have certain insecurities, and sometimes like the littlest thing something that you say to them that could be so simple, they'll take it and then interpret it the wrong way. Maybe that could have been a situation like that, but at the end of the day, we weren't there to see everything behindhand or whatever they had to deal with when the cameras weren't around or whatever was edited out. But I don't think Cole's a bad person. I don't
think so either.
And I feel like the situation in terms of like when she said no to him, it could have probably been handled differently, because that at the altar and her friends like clapping it up,
I think I was mad embarrassing.
Yeah, it was like, and it was confusing too, because at the reunion she was just like, Cole, I would have still did, if I had to do this all over again, I would still choose you to do it with, and blah blah blah. It was just like, if he caused you so much hurt and caused you to like lose all self confidence and everything, like, why would you still pick him again to go through that process? That's why it was just like make sense.
I'm not gonna lie, they focused too much on Cole when the real villain was SK and Bartise, but SK. During the reunion, they didn't know.
During the reunion, Bartise got off
and SK, like...
Bartise got off so easy during the reunion. I was so upset. That's why, I'm sorry, Love is Blind, Netflix, comment down below, tag them, whatever you have to do, flag the plane. Please get new hosts. If you're not going to get it for the show, get new hosts for the reunion, because Nick and Vanessa, they're too invested into the couples. And they're always relating it back to them as a couple and different things like that. We need people to ask the questions that we need to, the hard-hitting questions that we need asked at the reunion. We don't need to, I've dealt with that and I've dealt with this. And we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear your love story. We don't want to hear you relate it back to y'all. We need them to answer the questions that we need answered.
That's a fact.
Because they don't do it for me as reunion host. They don't. It's like... no.
Season 1 reunion was like, okay. But then I think as the season went along, it got worse.
I'm sorry, but they need new hosts. Like I said, if you want to keep them for the show, whatever. But it's like you barely see them anyway.
They barely on the show.
They only show up at the
They show up in the beginning.
They show up when they meet each other, like after they say yes.
The honeymoon.
No, they show up pretty much like after they say yes or they propose. They show up at Mexico or wherever they go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They show up in the beginning to introduce the show.
That's the only time they show up.
They show up at the honeymoon. When all the couples are there.
Yeah, just them 2 moments. And then the reunion.
The reunion.
It's just like, what? Like.
No. Then they show up when you like, for the girls when they trying on their dress, and for the guys when they getting their tuxes and stuff like that. But they don't come together. They come separate. Like.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just.
They're barely on the show though.
Yeah, it's just like.
They do without them.
Could really do without them because they're not good hosts. And Bartise got off way too easy. Bartista, whatever you want to call him. He got off way too easy. Because, first of all, how within all of 2 seconds of Nancy meeting your family, you going to talk about the whole abortion thing? Like, that didn't make no sense to me. And then on top of that, if you're talking about something as big as marriage and y'all in the pause and y'all supposed to be asking each other any and every question to make that connection, in terms of kids, and you know how you feel and your views on it, on abortion and things, of that nature, why wasn't that something talked about? That's very important. That's a very important question, conversation to be had. Why didn't you guys have that conversation in the pods? You know what I mean? And you don't put that on somebody within the first 5 seconds of you introducing them to somebody, especially knowing how your family and you yourself feel about that topic. What? Why did you do that to her?
Yeah, that's like me introducing Crystal to my mother. Like, oh hey, this is Crystal. By the way, she wants to get abortions as a kid. It's like what? Like that's
at
not
the end of the
business.
and at the end of the day, it's not their business. That was between Bartise and Nancy, not Bartise, Nancy, the mother, the sister, the father. That wasn't a conversation for the rest of them to have.
I know she felt awkward. It was just like
because
they were all crying, but like on the show, she was just like. They could cry all they want. It's not changing my mind.
Yeah, and then it sucked because he made it seem like he was going to say yes to have the altar. And then you saw one episode where he was literally ignoring her the whole time she left. He literally ignored her. And then the next day, they're going to talk about, oh, yes, this is the best it's been in a while. And I'm like, wait, what? What? I missed something.
Like, I can understand when couples, like, argue or, like, you're irritated and it's like you take space from each other. But, like, literally like she's walking out. You don't even say like, oh, be careful.
Yeah.
Love you. Like.
I don't know. And then like even from the beginning, like it was just like red flagging him.
I don't think he ever really loved her, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was still caught up on Raven.
He was caught up on Raven, but he didn't like that moment when he was trying to be vulnerable.
And she said, I don't want
But one thing I do gotta give to Raven, when she told him about herself,
she was like, oh, you're so
at the pool, and it was just like, yeah, no, never. I it's no future, whatever. Like I like when she read his ass by the pool. Yeah. I appreciated that.
She said, SK's my man.
Yeah, and then another moment was when like Nancy claimed she was drunk. I don't know if she was drunk or whatever. When they had that conversation, when he was still talking about Raven's appearance, how she was a smoke show, and this and that. It's just like he was just like that's his type he usually go for. But clearly, what you usually go for is not working for you. That's maybe why you're in a situation now, trying to find somebody behind a wall. He did get off too easy, and I was really sad that Nancy had to deal with that. And I honestly respected for her brother for stepping up for her, like, on the day of the wedding, like how he did. Like, I understand there was a lot going on, and Nancy was, like, overwhelmed and stuff like that, but as a brother, I respected it, because it was just, like, I'm gonna step behind my sister no matter what. Like, I would've done that, too. Because you're not, like, I respected it. Like, as a brother or any sibling should, because... You're not gonna have us all out here and embarrass her. Yeah, because it's the difference, like, but based on how everything went, he made it seem like, you know, he was gonna say yes to this girl. That was the messed up part. It was just, like...
Season 3, very memorable for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, like, for all the wrong reasons.
Alright, y'all, moving on to the last section. We have all of the celebrity drama news. But definitely one of the biggest of the year was Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. That was like a shocking, but also like a unexpected. Yeah, like. At first, I thought it was a joke. I thought, like, it was like scripted or something. But then, like, he, like, yelled, like, keep my wife's name out your mouth. It was just like, whoa, like, he's dead serious. And then it just kind of, like, ruined the whole night. Yeah. Especially because he, like, got his first Oscar as a director.
Mm-hmm. It didn't really even have anything to do, I feel like, with Chris Rock. It was the fact that I feel like it was just a buildup of stuff he's been dealing with pertaining to his marriage and social media for a while, ever since, you know, the August Alsina entanglement and all the backlash about their open marriage and different things like that. It was just a buildup over time. And I could be wrong, but from what I've seen in the clips, they were laughing. He was laughing about it at first, and she laughed, or she just did a face or whatever she did. Once she looked over, she gave Will, and that like triggered him, and then he went and did what he did. I don't agree with him reacting in a physical manner, because he could have had a conversation with Chris Rock after the fact, because it took away from his moment, and it's always gonna go like it was like one of the biggest nights of his life, and it's gonna be remembered like this, which is sad, especially because it was just like an African American man like in this situation. It's like another strike against us that didn't have to happen, you know. I don't know. I want to say gave himself grace, because I know mentally he probably went through something after that, like with all the backlash. Backlash from the Oscars, having to, you know, deal with it, like answering to his family, answering to Chris Rock and his family, and how he publicly embarrassed himself. It was, you know, it was just a lot. So I feel like dope looks from this year. I really like from the Met Gala this year, Blake Lively's look, because she kind of had like a 2-in-1 dress, and it was so dope. Like when she unveiled it, and like to see her husband's reaction. If we could find like a clip or a picture, we'll insert that. I also, I'm a Cardi B fan. I liked her outfit at the Met Gala with the all gold, because the theme this year was gilded. I thought that was pretty dope. Kim Kardashian's dress, I understand she wore Marilyn Monroe's dress, but I kind of felt like it was just like,
to me, it was one plain, and two, it was kind of like, why Marilyn Monroe? But
I guess because she kind of like envisions herself like how Marilyn made a career for herself, and she was known like as this icon, you know, whatever.
To me, I don't envision Kim the way I envision like Marilyn Monroe. That's why it was kind of weird for her to choose.
I don't know. I just felt like she could have did something else, because it's not. To me, it wasn't
Like, whoa.
Yeah, it wasn't like really a moment. And if we had to personally, if I had to pick, because all of her sisters were there at the Met Gala for the first time together, I think Chloe looked the best out of all of them. For the Met Gala, I thought that's pretty dope experiencing something like that, so, of that magnitude with your family.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Who else was there? I like Nicki Minaj's outfit, even though it was kind of weird, but I think she had on pants, leggings, this dress belt, hat. Her face and her makeup was like flawless. Like, I thought her face looked really pretty.
I would say Russell Westbrook looked crazy, but
He went?
yeah, he
I
wore like
I
think he wore like a penguin suit.
A penguin suit?
Not penguin suit. He wore like one of them like old tuxes, but he had like the top hat.
Oh.
I was like, he's
very. He was probably dressing the theme because the theme was gilded.
Yeah, he's very outgoing with his fashion, which I respect. But like sometimes his outfits is just like I don't get it. Like it's very questionable. But maybe it's not for me to understand. But he's very out there with his outfits. All right, let me skip to who is your donkey of the year, and it could be more than one person. Cause I got about like 3 people in my head.
I feel like Elon Musk, whatever his name is.
Damn.
Because like, it's just, I feel like Joe Byron, because all of this money, I understand Ukraine is going through something right now. I get it. But you're sending them trillions and trillions of dollars, and there's people here in the U.S. that are struggling. We have a homeless crisis going on. We have inflation going on, student loans going on. The price of everything is just skyrocketing right now, and you're just sending them trillions and billions and all this money.
Yep.
But y'all can't even do anything for us. Y'all can't do anything for us. And I understand he's not the only person is able to make things happen. He has to go through a number of people to get things done, but this is unacceptable. I'm sorry. I wouldn't be sending money off to nobody else until I made sure my people are taken care of first, and that's just period. Bartiz from Love is Blind, donkey of the day. SK from Love is Blind, donkey of the day. Monty, of the year. Monty from Big Brother. Daniel from Big Brother. Season, Big Brother 24, I think it is. Both of them. It's a few people. Neo, donkey of the day, with his wife and the whole divorce and him getting caught up with pregnant strippers and donkey. And you literally just had a vow renewal. Like literally, Tristan Thompson, donkey of the year.
He's probably one of the biggest.
He's just the biggest donkey, whatever. Who you got?
I'll say my 3. I'll say number 1, Joe Biden. I agree with Crystal on everything. It's like, take care of your own first. You can't take care of other people if you don't take care of yourself. And on top of that, with the whole student loans, it's like, you made not a promise, but like, you preach so much about how like, once you're in office, you're gonna get student loans down or like canceled out. And it was like, to wait so long only for 20,000 was kind of like a slap in the face. Then the 20,000 is on hold.
It's not even guaranteed for everybody. Depending on your situation, it might just be 10.
So it's like, I don't know. To me, he made a lot of promises, and it was just like, he really didn't do much. I'll say number 2, Ime Udoka, the Boston coach.
He fumbled the bag.
Cheating on Nia Long.
At the end of the day, I understand nobody is exempt from being cheated on, but the way he did it and went about it, and whoever the lady was he cheated with, she's wild. You was scheduling this lady's travel arrangements and everything else, and you was dealing with her. And you was dealing with her man.
We don't know how Nia Long is handling it. I hope she's okay. I hope, for the sake of their family, because I know they got a kid. Like, I hope they heal and move on from the situation. But he gets the donkey of the year for me.
And not only that, you know who else does? I'm sorry, Yee gets donkey of the year. Kanye West, that's when he, everybody could, he was Yee. He needs some reflection and evaluation. He needs to go seek mental help. He needs therapy. He just needs some good people in his corner.
I agree.
He needs to get back to himself. He's still grieving, clearly. And at the end of the day, everybody's grieving process is different. But I'm not, and then this is not to bash him, because certain things that he says, I understand why he says certain things that he say, but it's the way he comes about and does everything, and how he's so irrational, and he's just constantly just all over the place. Because he could say something that makes sense, but in that same breath, he says something that's just like extremely like unnecessary left field, and you just be like, okay, you should have just stopped a long time ago.
Right.
Yeah, I hope he gets better. You know.
I'll say my third one for Donkey of the Year is gonna go to DaBaby. I just think this whole year was just like he just made so many wrong choices from the whole. Him like after the whole Meg situation, which I know about.
It's like his aggression.
Him coming out talking about he slept with her. Trying to sell free tickets for his concerts. Talking about the LGBTQ community. What
he did to Danny Lee, let's be honest, like what he did to her was just
man.
It was pathetic. Like as a man, it's just like for you to even do that to somebody's daughter, and he has multiple daughters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was uncalled for, it was unnecessary. I understand if y'all was in your relationship and the way he downplayed her, which men tend to do, in situations like that a lot. My heart really went out to her because, and for him to put that out to the world, that's embarrassing.
Right.
And it was just a sad situation. It's like you never want to see somebody go through, a situation like that. But luckily, she's strong, she's resilient, she's recovering from that, I'm pretty sure. But it's just sad that that's out there in the world. One day her daughter's gonna be able to see that, Yeah. 2023, I would like to see him take accountability and just do better.
I agree too, cause I was a fan of his music when he first came out. His recent music is like, to me, is but I was once a fan of him. I actually enjoyed like his rapping. It's just his actions outside of the music. It's just like it makes his music not worth listening to anymore. So I don't know. I mean, I hope he does better for next year. I hope he could recover and like make a turnaround. But that's all up to him at that point.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all, this is our 2022 wrap up, like we said. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe below. If you enjoyed this video, if you have any questions, concerns, let us know. If you agree with us about anything that you heard in the video, let us know. If you feel indifferent or you have your own views, let us know. If it's something you feel like we missed out on from this year's recap, please comment it down below. If you would like to do a part 2 and what you want us to discuss for the 2022 recap, let us know. Follow us on TikTok. What's our TikTok name?
Chris and Mar.
Chris and Mar.
It's the same as this YouTube.
It'll be linked here.
All right, y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.